Transform your driving with 10 expert advice and tips. Starting a vehicle can be an exciting experience. The process of steering and stopping a vehicle can be thrilling. Here are some tips for starting, steering, and stopping a vehicle. When starting a vehicle, it is important to turn the key in the ignition and engage the starter. The engine should be at a low RPM when starting. It is also important to release the clutch slowly when starting a manual transmission car. To steer a vehicle, it is important to turn the wheel in the direction you want to go. The front wheels will follow the direction of the steering wheel. To stop a vehicle, it is important to press down on the brake pedal slowly and evenly. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. Our roads are filled with an abundance of signs, signals, and markings that help to keep us safe and informed as we travel. Though we may not always consciously take note of them, they serve an important purpose in helping us to navigate our way. Road signs are designed to warn us of potential hazards ahead and help us to make the necessary adjustments to our driving. They come in a variety of shapes and sizes, each conveying a different message. For example, a triangular sign with a red border is typically used to indicate a stop ahead, while a circular sign with a red border indicates that we are approaching a railroad crossing. Signals and road markings also play an important role in keeping us safe on the roads. Signals can be either manually operated by police or traffic officers, or they may be automated. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. Traffic laws and rules of the road are important for keeping everyone safe on the roads. There are many different traffic laws and rules of the road, but some of the most important ones are: 1. Always drive on the right side of the road. 2. Obey all traffic signs and signals. 3. Yield to pedestrians who are crossing the street. 4. Never drink and drive. 5. Always wear your seatbelt while driving. 6. Don't text or talk on the phone while driving. 7. Drive at a safe speed for conditions. 8. Don't tailgate other drivers. By following these simple traffic laws and rules of the road, we can all help to make our roads safer for everyone. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, more than 1 million accidents could be prevented each year if all drivers better understood how vision and perception work. Driving is a complex task that requires us to constantly be aware of our surroundings. In order to do this effectively, we rely heavily on our vision and perception. Unfortunately, many people don't understand how these two things work together while driving. As a result, they are more likely to get into accidents. Understanding how vision and perception work while driving can help you avoid accidents. Here are some tips. Make sure you have a good field of view. This means no blind spots. Check your mirrors regularly so you know what's going on around you. Pay attention to detail. When you're driving, it's important to look at everything around you, not just the big picture. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. When operating a vehicle, it is important to know how to properly change lanes, turn, and park. These are all essential skills for any driver. Changing lanes is a simple task that can be done by following a few steps. First, use your turn signal to indicate to other drivers that you are changing lanes. Then, check your mirrors and blind spots to make sure it is safe to move over. Finally, smoothly move into the other lane. Turning is another basic maneuver that all drivers should know how to do. When making a turn, always use your turn signal to let other cars know what you are doing. Start braking early so that you can make the turn safely and slowly. Remember to stay in your lane and yield to oncoming traffic if necessary. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. Most people think of sharing the road with other vehicles as a problem. After all, there are so many cars and trucks on the road, and they're all trying to get to their destination as quickly as possible. But what if we thought of it as an opportunity? What if we saw it as a chance to make new friends and learn about different cultures? Sharing the road with other vehicles can be a great way to meet new people and learn about different cultures. It's also a great way to get exercise and fresh air. And, of course, it's a great way to save money on gas. So next time you're stuck in traffic, take a deep breath and remember that you're not alone. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. Intersections can be one of the most dangerous places on the highway. It's important to know how to drive through them safely. Here are some tips for driving through intersections. Slow down and be prepared to stop when you see a yellow light. If the light is green, proceed with caution and watch for other vehicles. If the light is red, stop behind the white line and wait for it to turn green. Yield to pedestrians who are crossing the street. Never assume that other drivers will obey the traffic laws. By following these tips, you can help make intersection driving safer for everyone involved. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, over 10,000 people die in the United States every year as a result of alcohol-related traffic accidents. That's one person every 50 minutes. Drunk driving is often thought of as a victimless crime, but the truth is that it puts everyone on the road at risk. Not only does drunk driving put the driver and their passengers in danger, but it also endangers innocent bystanders and other drivers. The risks and dangers of drunk driving are real and should not be taken lightly. If you're going to drink, don't drive. Be responsible and make sure everyone gets home safely. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. According to a report by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, drug-impaired driving is on the rise. Illness is a major factor in this trend. The report found that, of the drivers who were tested for drugs after being involved in a crash, nearly one-third tested positive for at least one medication that could impair their ability to drive. Many medications can cause side effects that make it unsafe to drive. For example, some medications can cause drowsiness, dizziness, or blurred vision. Others can slow reaction time or affect judgment. Even over-the-counter medications can have these effects. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. A new study has found that distracted driving is becoming more and more common. The study, which was conducted by the AAA Foundation for Traffic Safety, found that distracted driving is a factor in about 58% of all car crashes. The study also found that distraction was a factor in 16% of all fatal car crashes. That means that distracted driving is now one of the leading causes of death on our nation's roads. The AAA Foundation study should be a wake-up call for all of us. Distracted driving is a dangerous behavior that puts everyone on the road at risk. We need to do everything we can to reduce distractions behind the wheel. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below.